Good morning, grade 10 students. In the earlier three videos, we have discussed about tenses. Now, in this present revision video, our topic is modals. Modals and how they can be used. What are they? Can, could, may, might, must, mustn't or must not, mayn't or may not, needn't or need not, ought to, shall, should, will, would. These are all called as modals. In the present topic of modals, we can now learn about the first one, can. In this can, we can go through the use and also the examples. Can is used for ability, request, offer, suggestion, possibility. In what ways it is, we can go through the example. A common example I'll take. Okay. Can. The ability means in the present. Okay. I can speak English. I can speak English. Permission. That is in the present. Can I go to the cinema? Can I go to meet principal? So, ability, permission. We came to know the difference. And request. Can you wait a moment, please? What is that? Can you wait a moment, please? And offer. I can lend you my car till tomorrow. I can lend you my car till tomorrow. That is the offer. Suggestion. Can we visit grandma at the weekend? Can we visit grandma at the weekend? Possibility. It can get very hot in Arizona. It can get very hot in Arizona. These are all the peculiar phrases or the examples taken for the usage of can for ability, request, offer, suggestion, and possibility. And now let's come when it is can completed, we have to take could and its usage with examples. Here also the usages are ability, permission, polite question, polite request, polite offer, polite suggestion, and possibility. We can see one by one. Ability, that is in the past, like to be able to. Instead of that, I could speak English. What it is? I could speak English. If it is permission, I could go to the cinema. I could go to the cinema. And the next is polite question. Could I go to the cinema, please? Could I go to the cinema, please? It's a polite question. When it is polite request, could you wait a moment, please? Could you wait a moment, please? That is a polite request. And when it is polite offer, I could lend you my car till tomorrow. I could lend you my car till tomorrow. Polite suggestion. Could we visit grandma at the weekend? Could we visit grandma at the weekend? Possibility. It could get very hot in Arizona or mountain or something else. It could get hot in Arizona. Same example, just shuffled. Can with could. These are the uses. Possibility, polite suggestion, polite offer, polite request, polite question, permission, and ability comes with the topic could. And when we come to the topic may, here the uses are possibility, permission, and polite suggestion. Which categories we can use may? They are for possibility, permission, polite suggestion. For possibility, the example is, it may rain today. Nowadays already it is raining. It may rain today. Permission. May I go to the cinema? May I go to the cinema? And polite suggestion. May I help you? May I help you? And now when we complete with the may, then what else? Might. In this might, again the usage is possibility, means less possible than may. Possibility in the sense less possible than may. And hesitant offer. Possibility means it might rain today. It might rain today. Hesitant offer in the sense, might I help you? Might I help you? Okay, these are the four. Can, could, may, might. It is a one set. Okay, hope you understood it. In the revision 2 of models, we can go with must, mustn't or mayn't or may not, need not, ought to. These videos we can go. Okay. Please refer the previous videos which I already sent you when I am teaching models. In this second revision video of models, we can learn about must first. Must, it is, the usage is for force, necessity, possibility, advice, recommendation. Force and necessity in the sense, the example goes like this. I must go to the supermarket today. I must go to the supermarket today. Possibility, you must be tired. You must be tired. Really it was because it is a possibility. You must be tired. Advice or recommendation. You must see the new film with Brad Pitt. You must see the new film with your friend, whatnot. That is all about must. And now when it comes to mustn't or must not or may not, and the usage is prohibition. Must is a little stronger here. It is for, the usage is for prohibition. And here the examples are, you mustn't work on dad's computer. It is an order. You mustn't work on dad's computer. You may not work on dad's computer. You may not work on dad's computer means the meaning, for this time only, next time I can do. A bit of negligence. But when the sentence comes like this, you mustn't work on dad's computer, it's highly we have to follow. No other option for it. So must is a little stronger version to use. And now need not means needn't. Is not necessary here. Needn't means it's not needed. I needn't go to the supermarket. What is that? I needn't go to the supermarket. We are going to the restaurant tonight. The reason also given. It is not that compulsory we have to give the reason. But if you end the sentence, I needn't go to the supermarket is also correct. Okay. And the next one is ought to. Here ought to is should, ought to sounds a little less subjective it seems. Ought to in the sense what comes here, advice and obligation. Advice and obligation. These are the two uses we can see with the example. You ought to drive carefully in bad weather. You ought to drive carefully. It's an advice. If it is an obligation, you ought to switch off the light when you leave the room. You ought to switch off the light when you leave the room. Okay. And now come with the shall, should, will, would. These four also we can discuss. Shall. Used instead of will in the first person. Shall in the sense. Means used for suggestion. Shall I carry your bag? What is it? Shall I carry your bag? When it comes to should, and its usage is once again advice and obligation. Means advice in the sense you should drive carefully in bad weather. Here before word ought to also, you ought to drive carefully in bad weather. That's why we have discussed what is it. Similar to should and ought to sounds a little less subjective, I said in the earlier version. Means just before this sentence, ought to, when we discussed ought to. You ought to drive carefully in bad weather. Now you should drive carefully in bad weather. Same example for obligation also, where you kept ought to. Here you should switch off the light when you leave the room. You should. That is obligation only, lesser, what they said, little less subject to ought to, and a little more subject to what it is should. Okay. And now come with will. And the usage is, it is used for wish, request, demand, order, whatever it is, and prediction, assumption, promise, spontaneous decision, habits. These all, what are those? Once we can just go through them. Wish, request, demand or order. Order in the sense less polite than would. Prediction, assumption. Next, promise and spontaneous decision and habits. The first one, wish and request, demand, order, we can see that. Will you please shut the door? It's a request. If it is an order or demand, will you shut the door? So we are taking please there because it is not a request. If it is a request, we replace the please word in the example. And prediction means, I think it will rain on Friday. I think it will rain on Friday. It is prediction or assumption. Promise, I will stop speaking in Telugu in school premises. I will stop talking bad language. I will stop smoking. These type of words. That is a promise, an oath. Spontaneous decision. In this spontaneous decision, the example is, can somebody drive me to the station? That is the question. Then the answer, I will. Spontaneous decision. What is that? I will. Can somebody drive me to the station means immediately spontaneous decision is I will. For that sake, we can use. And habits. She is strange. She will sit for hours without talking. She is strange and she will sit for hours without talking, it seems. These are the usages of will. And when it comes to would, the usage is for wish, request, more polite than will. Habits in the past. Would you shut the door please? Here this example is, would you shut the door please? Request. If it is command, would you shut the door? That's it. And habits in the past. Sometimes he would bring me some flowers. Sometimes he would bring me some flowers. This is the example for would in the category of habits in the past. Okay. So these are all the models what we discussed till now. Okay. What are those? Once again recap. We have discussed about can, could, may, might, must, mustn't or may not, needn't, ought to, shall, should, will, would. Okay. Now once again recap the previous videos of these models and get ready for tomorrow's homeschooling assessment. I have given the guidelines. No overwritten or rewritten answer should be sent. Okay. Write neatly. All the best. Thank you. Have a nice day. And I will be giving you some exercises on this also. You do for practice. Thank you.